This week on MCrider, I have a free gift for every viewer of MCrider, something that I hope will help you practice and develop your skills as a writer this year. So stay tuned to find out how you can get your free gift. You know, Theodore Roosevelt said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." Man, that's such a true saying and one that people fall prey to in all walks of life. You know, you might say, "I like my motorcycle, but look at that one over there," or "Look at all the motorcycles that guy has," or "I've got a nice house, but man, look at the mansion over there." The natural follow-up question to that when you start doubting yourself is, what's wrong with me? Comparing ourselves or our possessions to those of others will ultimately frustrate us and rob us of joy. Comparing ourselves to others can also cause us to doubt our skills as a writer and cause us to give up or get frustrated. I used to see it frequently in a new writer class. A writer would watch writer after writer complete a skill out on the course, and they would get frustrated when they couldn't perform that skill as well or better as they were seeing their classmates do. I remember this clearly myself in an advanced skills class that I took. It was a class that was focused on advanced police techniques and skills, and the first time I'd ever taken a class like this. I came into the class feeling like I was a decent writer and I was prepared for it, and I was able to complete all of the exercises that were thrown at us in the class. And I didn't know any of the other writers in the class. I think there was maybe 3 or 4 of us. I don't remember the exact number. But as I watched one of the writers write through one of the exercises, I was amazed at how smooth this guy was and how much better he was at the exercise than I was. I made a comment to the instructor of the class, somebody that I knew outside of the class, and I said, "Man, I can do all the exercises in this class, but that guy is just really smooth." The instructor kind of chuckled and said, "Well, that writer has completed the police moto officer training. He teaches other writers how to write like this, and he competes in police skills competitions all the time. He's probably one of the better civilian writers in all of the Metroplex." So it was immediately clear to me why he was a better writer than me. All I was looking at was how we were doing today and completing the exercises today. What I didn't see was the hundreds of hours that this guy had spent honing his skills and developing what I was seeing him demonstrate today. So the first word of advice I have for you when it comes to setting up a measuring stick for yourself as a writer is to compare yourself to who you were yesterday as a writer and not to who someone else is today. You know, you can watch videos on YouTube of skilled writers and get frustrated with their ability, but if you want a true measuring stick, compare the writer you are today with the writer you were before. Because you're either growing as a writer or your skills are diminishing, but that's the only true way to measure your progress, is comparing yourself to yourself and not to somebody else. So if you want to become a better writer tomorrow than you are today, it requires practice, and it requires some dedication and some perseverance. Now here's a really practical way that you can develop that in yourself and improve your writing, and I want to provide a free gift to help you measure that in yourself and to help you along the way in your journey. So commit to practicing your writing skills at least one time a week. If you want to practice more than that, it's fine, but it's most beneficial to have shorter, more frequent practice sessions than really long, infrequent practice sessions, so keep that in mind. So it doesn't have to be a long practice session, but commit to at least one practice session one time a week for, say, a minimum of 15 minutes. I say a minimum of 15 minutes, but you'll often find that if you can commit yourself to 15 minutes, you'll practice longer than that once you get out there because it's fun once you get at it. So to help you in this practice routine, I've created this MCrider training calendar, this practice calendar, and I've got the full calendar year for the next year. You can download this free of charge. Every viewer's got access to this. You can get it at mcrider.com/calendar. So download this calendar and print it out and make a commitment to practice writing at least one time a week. You can put a big red X on the days that you practice, so get you a red Sharpie and just put an X on the days that you practice. on weeks where you don't practice, right over here, why you didn't practice that week. You know, maybe there's snow on the ground, or it was raining, or you just got busy and you didn't practice, but write that out to the side. And over a period of time, you'll start to see a pattern. You'll either have red X's that will start to string together, or reasons for not practicing will start to string together. But at least at the end of the year, you'll be able to see clearly why you did or did not grow as a writer. So remember, consistency is much more important than the length of each individual practice session, so commit to practicing at least once a week. Now, going for a ride is not practicing. Writing is writing, and training is training. They're not the same thing. So at the bottom of the calendar, I left an area for notes where you can write, the things that you're working on, or the things that you want to work on, things that you're struggling with, or achievements that you may have reached in your practice session. So what should you practice when you're out on the parking lot? Well, if you want access to dedicated exercises that anyone can work on, become a member of MCrider. You'll get access to the field guide as a source for your practice sessions. In the field guide, I've got fundamental exercises that every writer should develop. All of these exercises are easy to follow and practice totally on your own on any open parking lot. And then this makes a good tool to chart your practice sessions to see how you're doing. Now notice I didn't say practice super tight U-turns so that the floorboards are dragging the ground when you go around the corner. Said nothing about pushing yourself to extremes or taking risks. Said nothing about achieving excellence. You don't have to put that pressure on yourself. The goal here is to practice. Now, at some point in your learning journey, you'll begin to transition from mastering the fundamentals to mastering the motorcycle. And it's at that point that you can begin to challenge yourself and push your learning. But be careful here, because most writers have an inflated view of their writing skills, and it takes consideration and sometimes a set of separate eyes who will be truly honest with you about your writing skills. I believe for most writers that we're best to focus on the fundamentals. The exercises you'll find in the field guide focus on the fundamentals. The fundamentals are what separates a world-class athlete from a run-of-the-mill athlete, and the fundamentals are what separates a skilled street writer from a run-of-the-mill street writer. So at the end of 1 year, look back and you'll be amazed at how much better you ride without putting any pressure on yourself to getting better. Practicing the fundamentals is the goal. Mastery of the motorcycle is a side effect of dedicated practice sessions. So this strategy works because the focus is not on your skills. It takes all that pressure off of you. The focus is on your commitment to improving. So we all have different skill levels. We all have different abilities to gain mastery of the motorcycle, but we can all make a plan for practice and training. So at the end of the day, your success or failure is not how well you performed this particular skill, but did you practice and train that week? So I hope that some of you will commit to trying this out and seeing for yourself how much dedicated practice time of the fundamentals can help you grow as a writer. And leave comments below if you've done this in the past and how it helped your skill level out. So download this free calendar. I've got a full year of training that you can chart on this calendar at mcrider.com/calendar. Start practicing using this to chart your progress and make a commitment to practice at least one time a week. And a year from now, you'll be a vastly improved writer. Till next week, guys, it's Kevin with MCrider, and I'll see you on the road.